Rodolfo Vieria versus Anthony Hernandez, UFC 258. What the heck just happened? Rodolfo Vieria was supposed to be the next big hope for Jiu Jitsu within mixed martial arts within the UFC. He certainly has the credentials for this. ADCC champion, Abu Dhabi Cup champion, multiple-time IBJJF champion, including an absolute black belt title, the black belt hunter. He certainly had the look, he has the style, he had the pressure, and he was coming up in the right way in terms of taking his time and preparing for mixed martial arts. So how the heck does he lose by submission? Now, first of all, did we overlook Anthony Hernandez? Certainly I went into this thinking of the Rodolfo Vieria match right there, not really too concerned with who his opponent was, till later on I found out, in retrospect, that he was coached by a good friend of mine, Elliot Kelly, who I consider one of the most underrated American Jiu-Jitsu practitioners of all. That guy has victories over the likes of Shanji Hibero, submission wins over Tanner Rice and Luke Stewart. But more about Anthony Hernandez, he was a 30-1 underdog to win this match by submission, and yet here he goes. You can't even say that Anthony Hernandez fought the most perfect fight. In the first couple of seconds of the match, he was taken down, mounted, put in the worst possible situation into Rodolfo Vieria's best possible situation. But you know what? He stayed calm, he stayed confident, he escaped, he executed his game plan, and hats off to him. He won, and he deserved that victory. Still, you have to feel like something was quite off about Rodolfo's performance out there. To do what he was doing so well, to do it so dominantly, and then to gas out as badly as he did after being in the dominant positions, I'm not quite sure what happened right there. I don't have any background information what happened to him leading up to the fight. I can only go off of what I saw in the cage, and it seemed really strange to me. There has been speculation that Rodolfo might have been a victim of a weight cut gone bad. I've always kind of wondered how the heck this guy can make 185 pounds. Hell, this guy is a huge 205 pounder. Further questions have come up about Rodolfo Vieria recently. Back on his match in December against Kaynan Duarte, where he was submitted in about 3 minutes by a rear naked choke. Now, losing to Kaynan wasn't necessarily an upset. Kaynan has a victory over Rodolfo Vieria in the past, and he's been focused exclusively on jiu-jitsu and submission grappling, whereas Rodolfo's focus has been on mixed martial arts. So where does Rodolfo go from here? Now, he's obviously had a rough couple of months if you look back at it, and he has some adjustments to make, but people tend to forget that he's a bit green on the MMA scene, only having 8 fights. But I believe he still has a ton of upside, a ton of potential. I think his style of jiu-jitsu is perfectly suited for mixed martial arts, and he's come up the right way, focusing on mixed martial arts, bringing himself up slowly, and working his way up through the rankings. One loss isn't the end of the world, and it's to be expected in the career of a mixed martial arts fighter. Rodolfo Vieria is going to have to get together with his coaches, evaluate his career, see what his deficiencies were, and go ahead and continue to work on them. I do think there's a fair question if he's in the correct weight category or not, but again, this is speculation on my part. He's going to go ahead and have to make some determinations himself, although I will say that plenty of fighters have found that the weight cut is a point of diminishing returns, and they perform much better when they're closer to their natural weight category. One last thing I'd like to address is some of the chatter on the internet about, hey, does Rodolfo Vieria's loss represent the death of jiu-jitsu and mixed martial arts? I think that ship sailed a long time ago. Quite frankly, we have to come to the realization that while jiu-jitsu is an integral part of mixed martial arts, jiu-jitsu and mixed martial arts, particularly the way that most of us train or most of the fighters train it, are 2 separate arts, 2 separate disciplines, 2 separate sports. Hey, I love jiu-jitsu as much as the next guy. I'm certainly not looking for a justification or a savior of it. I think Rodolfo Vieria will be just fine. Go back to the drawing board, figure out what you did wrong, get stronger like any other mixed martial arts fighters, and I'm sure we'll see him fighting for a championship in the next couple of years.